Hi there, and welcome back to a new term. This is just an introduction to the new project that we're going to do, which is called The Camera Never Lies. And you should have got a folder. I will transfer it to you later today with all of the stuff in. As ever, I'm going to go through a few bits of information on this now. I'll try and keep this relatively brief because there will be. I'm just going to do it one take. I'm just talking, so please forgive the ums and the ahs and the pauses while I find things on the computer. But anyway, you should have this folder called The Camera Never Lies, and that's the name of the project. As usual, there's a weekly outline. Let's just get that open so you can see that. In fact, it's down here already. Whoops, that's my to-do list. There's a weekly outline which looks like that. So we're going to go and do this for 5 weeks as usual. And there is also the techniques reference sheet. Now I've done quite a lot of detail on this because there's a few bits and pieces that it'll be useful for you to do. Or useful for you to know. In essence, this is about, let's just find the weekly outline again. Here we go. It's about optical illusions, essentially, and trick photography. The kids absolutely love this, and they take home a door hanger in week 2 here, and a mouse mat at the end of week 5. The door hanger is really, really simple. I've just ordered them just now, so they'll come to me in the next few days, and I'll post them out to you. It's basically a piece of card in a sort of shape that will hang on a door for them to stick a 6x4 picture on. It's very, very quick and easy just for them to something to take home here. And the mouse mat at the bottom here. It's again pretty simple. It's a piece of card, so a fairly thick piece of card with a print on it, glued onto it so that it's sort of stiff, and then it's surrounded in sticky back plastic on both sides, and it makes a very simple mouse mat and works quite well. So yeah, door hanger and mouse mat. Now, I don't actually think there's nobody new here this term, so I don't think there's any need to actually go through this in massive amounts of detail. It's all fairly self-explanatory, and you know it adheres to the fairly simple and tried and tested formula. As I say, do look at the weekly outline though, because it does give you some fairly detailed information, particularly about what to do for week 1, which I will go through, and also how to make it. Tells you actually how to make the mouse mats at the end here as well. I need to ready for week 3. Get some card out to you, and also some mirrors. Now I've got a set of sort of distorted mirrors that I'll post out. I'll post those out in week 2 because I don't know exactly how many children we have at the moment, and the card is quite heavy, so it's quite expensive to post. So once we've got accurate numbers, I'll post out the card for the mouse mats and the mirrors to you in week 2. And they're like sort of distortion mirrors. They're plastic, they're not metal, they're not glass or anything, so they post okay. They're very lightweight and sort of shiny plastic and quite cool. Right. The most complicated thing to sort of explain in writing is week 1, so I'm going to just go through that now. In week 1, there is a little video to show, and it's all about introducing the idea of the camera not lying, or this idea of being able to control somebody's sort of thought or viewpoint, but just by how you actually take a picture. It's a very old advert actually, and you may need to play this several times for children. But you
seen
need to
from one point of view gives one impression.
So just make sure this works on your computer, and at that point stop it. Now you might need to just rewind it and go back. You'll see how this all fits together in a minute.
An event seen from one point of view gives one impression.
Get them to describe what's happening, the guy running up the street, what sort of bloke does he look like, what do you think he might be going to do, what's going to happen next. So pause it at that point and have a little chat about it, then play the next bit.
Seen from another point of view,
here, look,
it gives quite a different impression.
What do you think he's going to do? Yeah, pause it again.
But it's only...
And they can talk about, the fact that it looks like he's going to, I don't know, nick the bag off the guy with the hat, or he's going to, he's going to attack him or something on the street.
It's only when you get the whole picture you can fully understand what's going on.
So what is actually happening? What has he actually done? So 3 little sort of clips that made one. It's an advert for The Guardian when it came out about giving different accounts of the same story or something. You know, you may need to play that
An
2 or 3
event
times to them.
seen
but,
from one point of view gives one impression.
Stop and get them to check. But the important thing is that, you know, they're thinking, oh, this tells you one thing. This tells
seen
you
from another point of view,
and you make
it gives quite a different impression.
What's going to happen at this point here? But actually, it's only when you see.
But it's only when you get the whole picture,
or
you can fully understand what's going on.
The camera's viewpoint, that you actually see what's really going on. If you have any problems downloading that or getting it to run on your computer, it is online. It's I don't know what it's called. I can find it though. You can get it on YouTube and download it. I think that's how I did it originally. But there is a standalone there, so that should work. Week 2 then. There's also I don't need to go through this, I don't think, but there's some slideshows to show them. Let me just find that a minute. Hang on. Camera never lies. Resources. So this first week you're going to be doing forced perspective. So look, like this, getting them to do this sort of thing. That's quite cool. That they really like doing. So it's just about having them in the distance and in the front, and this takes some organisation. They generally need to be in threes to do this. You need a photographer, one person doing something and one person having something done to them. Like this, for example, they can normally find a bit of rubbish on the school playground or something to do something like that. So it's all about different perspective. Again, obviously, if none of this makes sense, and you know, just let me know. But it's pretty easy to do. That's quite cool. I like that. And that. That's quite funny. They always scream with laughter at that because it's vaguely rude. Okay, so you get the idea. School bags, leaning on school bags. So this is obviously in the foreground. He's like several meters behind, leaning on. Okay. I'm not going to go through that. I don't think you need me to do that. So that's sort of, I think that's sort of it. I mean, it was just mainly to show you what happens in week 1 with that video, really. The rest of it's fairly self-explanatory, and you know what you're going to be making. Obviously, it takes about half an hour or so per week to do the projects. There's other things to do around that, games, and you've got a list of games and activities and techniques and plenaries. But obviously, if you're running short of those or you need me to produce some more, let me know. And then after 5 weeks, we'll do a new project for the second half term. Right, that was short and sweet, wasn't it? I hope that's okay. I think that's probably enough to give you. I think have a read through it, make sure everything's working, and have a read through the techniques reference sheet for each week. And then if you could get back to me with anything that's not clear, please don't hesitate to get back to me if anything doesn't make sense, or you want to change any bits, or you know it's not going to work for your group or whatever, and let me know. Okay, there we go. I'll send this over to you today and get the door hangers in the post. All right, thanks so much. Bye.